In Season 16, a new DPS hero is set to join the Overwatch 2 roster, Freya. And apart from her being a pretty fun hero, she also might bring an interesting twist to the lore. Let's have a look. During that recent Spotlight event, we got to see a lot of future content for Overwatch 2, including, of course, a few new heroes. There was that concept art for the Season 18 hero, Aqua, but we also got a very detailed look at the next hero for Overwatch, the one that is coming in Season 16, Freya. Freya is a Danish bounty hunter that used to do search and rescue for Overwatch. She has been around Overwatch for quite a while, both in the lore but also around the actual game. This is an old concept art for Project Prometheus, which was the codename for Overwatch after they cancelled Project Titan. And you can see this cape-wearing, crossbow-wielding lady standing in the left corner. Now back then she was called Huntress, which is telling, but it is clear that she has been on the minds of the team for quite a while. And that, on top of the old name, might be reflected in the lore. She might play an important role in the future of the Overwatch story. But first, let's have a look at her kit. As most of you know, I was actually present at that Spotlight event. I got to stream right from the Blizzard campus. And one of the things I streamed was some gameplay of Freya. However, most of my test time with Freya was actually off-stream. The little bit of playtime I got on-stream was in the shooting gallery. And after that, we all jumped in Stadium, where she's not part of the roster. Now, her main fire is that crossbow that rapidly shoots bolts, while her right click will actually make her take aim, which is literally the name of the ability, and shoot a single high-speed explosive bolt. Now, aiming with this weapon feels rather straightforward. I'm going to be honest, when I saw her the first time, I was kind of worried that my platinum aim would not really be helpful when playing her. But it turns out that I can do a pretty decent job with her kit. But more about that in a second. Her abilities are all very mobility focused. There's Quick Dash, which has 2 charges, and it will rapidly move you in whatever direction you were moving at that point. So that could be forward, but also backwards or sideways. So you could use it to engage and to attack, but also to retreat or dodge whatever they're throwing at you. And those 2 charges definitely come in handy. Now, if you combine that with her second ability, Updraft, which launches you up using her cloak, you start to feel like Batman a little bit. Mine is all of the edge, of course, although scrapped out. It's pretty edgy. Now, the best thing about her kit is that take aim, that right click I was talking about, comes with an extra mobility feature. As you are aiming, it will actually slow your momentum, so you're basically kind of hovering. That way, if you launch yourself up, you have time to take a shot. But that isn't all of it. See, if at that point you use Quick Dash, you refresh take aim, and you have 2 charges on Quick Dash. So you can basically do that twice, which means that you can keep hovering while taking 3 different shots. You could combo yourself into some serious airtime with that hero, making that whole Batman thing I was talking about even more relevant. Throw in her ultimate, the bola shot, and that image is complete. See, you basically throw a bola, which is an old weapon that was used in Patagonia. It's basically 3 weighted balls and a lot of string tying them together, which kind of causes it to kind of wrap around whatever you throw it at. So when you throw your bola as Freya, you'll stun the main target, pull in everybody else that is standing around it, and then it will explode. Talking about a nasty combo. But all in all, it's not the most complicated kit. However, it has a lot of potential. A lot of room for growth in the skill expression, which is always a good thing, right? In other words, she's easy to get into. You'll definitely get some value out of her as a new player, but it will be those dedicated few that really focus on playing her, that get really good at her, that are going to be a serious pain in the rear end for the enemy team. Which is kind of appropriate. It kind of matches the character. I don't think she is the easiest type. Like I said, she used to work for Overwatch Search and Rescue. Those people are tough as nails. They are expected to go in when other teams are just like, nah man, I'm good. I'm not touching that. Not even with a 10-foot pole. But they need to go in to save whoever needs to be saved. Now, after Overwatch kind of collapsed, she used her new skill set to become a bounty hunter. And those people by themselves are already kind of tough as nails, so yeah. And judging by her tone of voice in game, the art we got to see, like this little pin we got at the event, she looks very grumpy, guys. I don't think she's going to be that upbeat type of ex-Overwatch member. You know, like Tracer or Reinhardt. And I don't think she's going to share that strictly business kind of sense that Sojourn has adopted for the last few years. Nah, She seems angry. The main question is, who is she hunting? She's a bounty hunter. And who is paying her? In the Overwatch lore, a lot of people have gone missing over the last decades, while others are being hunted for different reasons. On top of that, there's a lot of heroes out there that have secrets, their own agenda, both in Talon and in Overwatch. A lot of possible targets. Now come to think of it, remember that group shot we got to see back in November in Gibraltar? It basically was right after Juno was released, kind of as a, hey, Juno joined the Overwatch team thing. First off, Baptiste is hiding, but we all know why that is, because Talon, and more specifically Manga, are still trying to find him. Torbjorn is not on there because he's retired. Anna is doing some different stuff, and Soldier, or Morrison, is still presumed missing, dead. I don't think anybody really knows what he's up to. But then there's characters like Freya. Why is she turned away from the camera? And is she looking angry or worried? I'm not sure. It might be about her mother, it might be something else. And look, I'm not saying that Freya is somewhat tied into any of these, but let me just say that she might be closer tied into people that are missing from this picture than the people that are actually on there. Or at least the ones that are looking straight into the camera, which I think is going to be interesting. I think Freya might bring some new sense of mystery, intrigue, a bit of depth to the core lore of Overwatch, which we haven't seen in quite a long time, since all of the recent heroes have all been tied into separate, smaller factions. We'll most likely find out more in the coming weeks. There is going to be a playtest for Freya in the second half of this season. So in the days before that, they're probably going to release a new trailer and an origin story. Yeah. Can't wait. But tell me, are you looking forward to try Freya? And what do you think her role is going to be in the lore? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.